Welcome everyone to Faded Worlds. In this case, playing Ghost Echo. How are you all?
Yes. Oh,
Good.
Yes.
Happy to start role playing.
hmm yeah, glad to be here.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited to try this out. Like it seems uh, from what I've looked at the 2 pages of rules total. Um,
Mhm.
there's like a lot of room to uh, bring in stuff from raw imagination rather than uh, being like specifically limited uh, the uh, to like what a starting Blades character does. Um,
Mhm.
I'm interested to see how this will feel and how it will go, and to once again explore uh, uh, that world that we totally blew up last time.
Yeah, yeah, good job, everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I say good job, us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did a solid job. Yeah, so as Brad has alluded to, Ghost Echo is I like to call it a micro RPG by John Harper. It's made Blades in the Dark and a bunch of other cool games that we played here on the channel. And as Brad mentioned, the game is 2 pages long. The first page is pretty much just names and pictures, and the second page, well, you're seeing it on the stream right now. So this is basically all of the rules. It works a bit. I think here you can see the like powered by the apocalypse influences of Blades a bit clearer. Like they're very like a lot more present here. Sorry, my phone is making noise. Mute that real quick. So the way that this works is that we'll begin in the starting situation, which is right over here. And what this game is about basically is that we're going to be playing a crew of, well, I don't know if they have like an official title as for like what they are. They are a group of people that go into the ghost world, or the ghost field, as I think it's called in Blades. We cross over to the other side for loot and valuables and maybe information of some sort. We'll see exactly what that looks like in play. So I think the only thing that we have to do before we start playing is talk about
Loot the world.
to talk about who we are. Because there's a list of 5 names. You just pick the one that you like the most.
Where's the name list?
It's on the first page. It's under the crew. It's the names in order are Coil, Demon, Hull, Grip, and Vixen.
I like the last one.
Okay.
I have no clue where you are looking.
Yeah, me too, but
This is in the Ghost Echo PDF.
Okay, that I do not have.
It's in the...
I
Let me
see it.
find
Link
it.
to it on Discord.
Yeah, I see it. Let me copy paste it for you. Just Skype.
I find it.
Okay, never mind. Done.
Right. Okay. Names. Do you have a preference?
I kind of like Coil.
Demon, Hull, or Grip? I mean, Demon speaks to me immediately, but there'd be something cool in Hull or Grip as well. I think I'm gonna go with Demon. I like badass names.
Okay, so we have Demon, we have Coil, and we have Vixen.
I mean, those names already say that we are assholes.
Yeah. I think the fact that we're also in Duskwall means that we're assholes.
Also,
True.
a bit written differently, but Vixen means wanking in German.
Means what?
Wanking.
Oh. It's really weird.
Unusual, but sure. Yeah, put these lists over here. Should put them in earlier, but here we are.
Thank you.
We have them on screen. I'll be needing them as well. We should put them in. Okay.
I like those names. They're like very suggestive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very like evocative of the setting and the people.
What do you guys think about Demon? Is Demon some badass martial arts dude or a very creepy girl that seems to be very happy or something else?
It could be like the mountain right now.
No spoilers. I'm not up to date yet.
Oh no, it's like in the last season completely. Like
Okay.
Yeah, this was like season 5, I think, when he did his thing.
Yeah.
but
you know, sort of undead, sort of not, and you know, very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Although creepy happy is always good.
Yeah, I mean, just some kind of femme fatale girl probably would work as well.
Sure,
I don't know.
I could do that. I could give that a try. I will be that. I will be some kind of succubus type character.
Yeah, I think my like major touchstone for like a crew in this would be the Camerata from Transistor, like the bad guys in that game. If you recall, if you played that game or watched someone play it.
I did all those a while back.
So you can probably get some pictures of them.
Yeah, I think I want to.
I think
some pictures for
Transistor, while a more like digital, like, and a bit more cloudy than
I found a picture, I think.
than the gloomy of this, I think is a good match for like what this game is about. We don't have to delve too deeply into that, just something that came to mind. Yeah, that'd be that.
Are you thinking like that same dark steampunk? What's the name of that other video game? That like
Dishonored.
Yeah, Dishonored feel, or is this like a little bit more updated? It sounded like when we were talking before that you're talking that this was essentially, happening right after the.
I think
the old
I
campaign.
think we should go for steampunk if we're gonna go that direction.
Yeah, I think we're. I definitely had in mind that we would. I think this is happening more or less parallel to the ending of our last Blades, our last session with Blades.
Oh,
that would make sense. That's
all
why
hell's gonna break loose, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ah,
Maybe this is happening at the same time, or this is happening like afterwards. But like that's where we pick up. This is what the world is like now. That this is like a thing that happens.
Okay. Yeah, then I will be Demon, a former prostitute who's learned to, make her way up higher in the social ladder, and now, hunts in the ghost field.
Cool. How about Coil and Vixen? What are you doing? Who are
you should
you,
go
rather?
first.
Okay. Well,
I can go first.
Yeah, please. I'm still grasping for
Okay.
a character concept.
Yeah, I think Vixen is that kind of a guy. He's just a gambler that hasn't lost a fair game yet or played one. But also that guy that just knows the right people in the underground and has a name for itself, and that one guy that you don't really want to cross because you don't know how he works, and yes, sometimes people just end up dead after crossing him, which is not that nice. People like to live usually. I mean, you don't want to cross him when he's sober, but you especially don't want to annoy him when he's drunk, which he is almost exclusively.
Just leave Vixen to me. I know how to handle him.
Yeah, that's kind of nice folk.
Yeah.
One of the only ones who can go into bars that are rivaled and without being like treated as an outsider.
Cool.
And if you're still looking for a concept, Brad, Coil to me kind of sounds like a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, like someone who works with machines.
Or a loose gun.
Or that.
So yeah, I mean, I was starting to go towards like a thug with a heart of gold, but I like the I like the sort of mechanic artificer idea. Let's go with that. And
was he a railjack?
If you're a thug with a heart of gold, then you're gonna have it hard with like Vixen and Demon.
So
I was thinking maybe was he a railjack maybe beforehand, like one of the people operating the rails, keeping them safe from ghosts and whatnot.
Sure. Well,
Also, if you still want to go with the heart of gold concept, you could have this, very like friendly, slightly, goofy mechanic who kind of minds his own business, and somehow he ended up with these guys. And
or that only has a heart of gold for his friends, and everybody else can choke. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna ditch the heart of gold thing, and well, okay. So,
see, by the like inspiration wise, and then if you caught Baby Driver yet?
Oh, I haven't.
No, that would also be a major touchstone for how this works. I think that's definitely what I'm going to be drawing from now with all the code names and.
Okay. I think that Coil just like perpetually seems calm and rational, uh, but really isn't. Like he's he worked for the railways.
He's always
and
he's like a coil. He's always under pressure.
yeah. But some of his side projects got him fired once they were discovered. They were uh, extremely hazardous, um, and there was some loss of life, but I mean it was moderate. It was within acceptable parameters as far as he was concerned.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Now that we know a bit more about the crew, I think I'm okay with setting the first scene, like telling us about where we open. Because I think what we see at first, I think this, like, had this been the sequel TV show to the Shroud, this would be like a hype preview thing that they post online. So we see like the video boots up, and we see Tangletown from above, this like massive ship city in the river, and then we you see the city from above, and for a moment everything looks, calm. It's like an industrial city waking up. This is a new day in Dustfall, and like everyone's getting to work, and everyone is doing their thing. And then there is a massive grinding and tearing sound as like a large hole opens up in the side of Tangletown. Like a large piece of it just sort of like convulses and like drains into itself. And inside we only see the massive rifts. And then the demons come out. First there's just one. It heads into, no, I can't remember what it's called. Crowsfoot. One of them just sort of like spills out this like long and tendrily and mouthy and teethy thing that just leaps out onto the street, and then another, and then another, and then another. And then we hear the first bell strike, signaling that someone has died in the city. And then it strikes again, and again, and it doesn't stop. And we just hear the bells pick up pace as they just turn into this noise. And we're meant to understand that some time has passed. Because as we come back into Dustfall later, we see the city again from above, and the rift has now consumed most of Tangletown. It's grown to the point where it's begun to eat the ship and then drink of the river. And I think Crowsfoot itself is mostly abandoned by now. This is where the demons live. This is you don't go here if you're in the land of the living. But someone has figured out that demons can't get beyond the ghost field. That's just, they just can't. Like, they don't exist in that realm. So if you want to get into Crowsfoot, if you want to figure out what's going on in there, you're gonna have to take another path. You're gonna have to cross over into the land of the dead. And that's where you all come in. That's what you do for a living. you cross
I mean,
beyond the ghost field. And
money can be made from any situation, however gruesome.
indeed.
I ain't drunk enough for that shit.
Mm.
Taking a big
Swig.
swig from my own bottle, which nobody else ever dared to drink from because there's rumored to be various stuff in there that should not work too well together.
Mm.
There's
I
a
think
fine
there's-
line there, Vixen, between not drunk enough for it and too drunk for it. Be careful there.
What is this too drunk thing you're talking about? I never reached that state.
So who was it that hired you for this particular job? And what
I
are they
mean,
looking for?
Probably some of the white crown folk, because they're a little concerned with the whole situation.
I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
You just talked to El Zingdo and he just couldn't leave you alone and bought all of your services without knowing what the hell he was doing because you were so wonderful.
I mean, that might have also just been the case. And he might have let on about a lead about this stash that the Shroud had left behind in Crowsfoot when they left the the area of the rift that contained valuable things, and I offered to retrieve them and give him 30% of his stuff back.
I mean, that's more than he had before.
Exactly.
Okay. Nice. So, apart from the three of you, who else knows about the job?
Well, I mean, I don't know which other girls El Zingdo told, but he said he only said it to me. So basically, the whole female population of
Yeah. Anyone who would listen.
The Imperium.
Luckily, only a small percentage of those are likely to be crazy enough to actually want to go in and
Okay. Yeah, then
check it out.
Demon, who is it that's crazy enough to go in with you?
I mean,
You have a list of names if you want to get from that.
yeah, no, I'm trying to think of old characters from the old game.
It can also be new people. It's perfectly fine.
I mean, potentially Ruby, but if we'd go with new people, then let's see.
I like Nyx. I
I like Nyx as well.
I could see that as someone who's sort of
I think
impish,
Nyx and
but
Venom.
cute and yeah.
I think Nyx and Venom, and especially Venom, I so don't like. Venom and me, we've been like Nyx and Venom are two former prostitutes as well, and I've had so many territorial disputes with Venom.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Nyx and Venom are kind of a thing.
Yeah, totally.
I think there's a reason they're former prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they're on this mission, or they're on this job. I think El Zingdo just offered it to everyone. Like yeah, just go and go and get this thing for me, okay? Like yeah, I got this box of stuff that we left in here. And I think there's rumors that this guy is connected to the group that caused all this somehow. Like no one quite knows how he fits into the group, but he definitely shows up in a lot of documents with them under different names for some reason. So yeah, I think he's become a person of interest, is by virtue of is being a part of the tribe.
I mean, that's what I told him. That he's just such an interesting person. You know, he really has this like good heart deep inside him.
Yeah, so maybe we get like a few like a few quick shots of the five of you, like heading. Like, we'll probably see you crossing over into the ghost field like first, as we zoom in on the crew. And what does that look like when you like take the step and go beyond go beyond the veil?
So I think it's sort of like that transition in Silent Hill, where yes, things are not in the best shape in in the normal part of the city, but here, as soon as you cross, there's like this uh, just overwhelming sense of desolation, and the every building looks like it's uh, looks uh, like 50 years has passed since it's last seen like any sort of care, uh, and there's a there's fog everywhere, but it's like this heavy fog that mostly clings to the ground and has like this slight green luminescence.
Okay. So when you crossed over, you see this fog rolling in, and maybe we get this shot of like as the fog passes a building, it sort of becomes like this like decrepit image of itself, almost as if the fog is like rotting away at the building.
Nice.
Mm. Cool, cool. Yeah, we see the five of you crossing over, and then you making your way into Crossfire. I think like that the bridge that the Shroud lived under is now like a sacred place. It's not a place where people are like allowed to go, which is a bit unfortunate as it's a bridge. But I think it's more or less like the entrance to their domain. They consider themselves like the new owners of Demon Town.
Yeah, and I think the gondoliers are doing good business, like moving people across instead of the bridge now.
Yeah. Yeah, so do we see like the five of you on a boat before the mission, like on one of the gondolas?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Then
there's this whole like unpleasant like second level to the conversation between especially me and Venom, where there's this yes I can imagine that you would say that, that kind of thing.
it's dripping in sarcasm.
Yeah, there's this whole like we pretend to be very nice. Oh, I like your hair. It's so different. That whole level of conversation
Yeah,
going
if you're
on.
into that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm sure it really does well with like the
Hey, your hair looks really natural today. It's like you didn't do anything to it. Yeah.
You just get out of bed like this? I mean, that is
Yeah, I think eventually we get to a point where Yeah, I think that like you can tell that Venom is a bit like fuming that you're even here. But I think like you and Nyx are probably better friends, and
I mean, the thing between me and Nyx is like we don't exactly get along very well, but we tolerate each other pretty well. Probably if Nyx wasn't friends with Venom, I could have gotten along with her pretty well, but she's associated with Venom, you know.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where like they would be okay like on their own, but like together they make both of them worse.
No, it's not even that Nyx. Nyx is very sweet, but you know, I don't like being around Venom, so I don't really, you know, there's not really a chance to you know create some kind of a friendship or anything like that because these two are always together, you know.
Yeah.
And Nyx is okay, but she's not worth so much that I tolerate Venom for her.
Okay.
I mean, if it wasn't for, you know, them coming towards us because Elzingdo had told us, I wouldn't even, you know, I wouldn't even been okay with them coming along. But you know, they drove a hard bargain.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what eventually happens is that we see like the three of you leading the way and the two of them behind, and then we see you striding
Stay in the
ahead.
back where you belong.
Yeah, then I think we just get a moment where Venom is smiling, and then the two of them run into a house and like slam the door shut behind them. And we see like waves rippling through the field because the fog starts shaking. And
Curse their sudden but inevitable betrayal.
yeah, have any of you done this before?
I think so. I think we've been in the ghost field before. I didn't think we'd go there now for the first time.
Okay. Yeah, then Carl?
Oh. I yeah, I mean I guess we'd have gone
I
as
mean,
a
we
crew
didn't have
before,
to
so
be together.
yeah, okay.
If you feel like this would be your first time here, then it could just be. You might be a recent addition.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this is
let's
definitely the kind of like field of work, if there is such a thing, that like you don't work together too often. Like you like put together a team for like a job. It's not like you three always work together. It's like you three come together for this job.
yeah. I think I may have like put together gear for you before, but I haven't actually gone on
I know.
gone on a job, but things have
This
gotten
is
more
a job
desperate.
that requires you on site. That's why you're coming with. Because the stash has been trapped by Elzingdo, not by Elzingdo, by Zingd. The stash has been trapped by Zingd, so we need somebody to disarm it.
Yeah, definitely some sort of like toxic trap in there, or who knows what thing is put together.
Liquefying or purple hair sprouting or whatever Elzing or not whatever Zingd wanted to test at the time,
Yeah.
I'm probably just with you because I'm the guy. I'm the guy that knew the guy that. So I just put us all together somehow. And now that I heard there's a lot in there, I don't want to be
left out.
Left out. Yeah. Like.
So have you been in the ghost field with me before?
Yeah, I mean, I might been in the ghost field. I don't know if I was in the ghost field with you. Yeah, I mean,
honey, we would have worked together before, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let's say you are there are also quiet places in the ghost field. Would that be nice?
Of course, of course. I know a great spot if we just go, but let's use this rippling thing first, okay?
Yeah.
Because I have not seen that rippling thing happen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's probably because you've been more professional than this before. I think you probably heard of this. I think you know that when someone like trips off the fog, when someone like triggers the ghost field, you know the wraiths are not too far beyond. They're this thing that as far as you can tell only exists beyond the ghost field. They might be represented by something in the physical world, but their shape is definitely more solid here. So as this rings out, maybe we get like a strike at the bell that just happens to coincide with it, and then we see at the far end of this little alleyway that we found ourselves in. We see the fog starts taking solid shape, and within a matter of moments, this from the rippling ringing out, this stands a pack of rabid foghounds. They're like dog beasts that materialize from the fog.
God, I hate Venom. I hate her so much. I suggest, or I don't suggest. I say in a very hushed tone, run, and then I head off into a small side street.
Good. Yeah. Did the rest of you run?
Yeah, but not before saying to those gods who pretend to watch over us, drink more wine.
It takes like a moment to drink a swig while there's foghounds nearby.
Run. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I stand there for a moment and say, I don't see how we're gonna outrun them, but I'm not gonna fight them alone. So fuck this. I'll run with.
Yeah. So when I'm running, I'm looking for some kind of like stacked barrels or some way to get up on the roof.
Okay.
I'm trying to get up on the roof, like in some kind of like hidden alleyway where they don't see me getting up. Something like that would be ideal.
Okay.
And preferably, I wouldn't like to not run into a dead end as well.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this all falls under acting under pressure mechanically.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's moving through a dangerous area.
I mean, you know, I've had worse, but I suppose this, you know, counts as dangerous.
Okay, so I think how this game works is that you're going to roll 2 dice, one for the goal and one for the danger. And after you've rolled the dice, you get to assign one of them to the goal and one of them to the danger, and depending on the result, different things happen.
Okay.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, you want to roll high.
Shall I roll 2d6?
Yes.
Then.
2d6.
Okay. Ooh.
Well.
Okay, so what is the danger here? The danger is us getting eaten by ghost hounds?
Yeah, the danger is that he's getting hurt by the hounds.
And the goal is, but isn't the goal opposite, which is getting away from the hounds?
Yeah, the goal is to I see the goal as like getting onto the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can get on the roof and die, or?
I mean, you won't die, but you'll
take harm.
Get hurt.
Yeah, you'll have to do the getting hurt move.
I would switch them around, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially. So yeah, like I think the problem is that there's just no stacked barrels. Maybe.
Okay, so which one do you assign to which?
The danger gets the 6,
Yeah.
and the goal gets the 1.
Okay, so you can't get up on the roof at this time, but you can get away from the hounds. So do we just see you? Yeah, I think we just see the. Yeah, at this point, I think it makes sense to only roll for one of you, because this is basically like all of you together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we just see the three of you. I think this is where like the opening credits kick in. This is just like a mad dash of you like running through buildings, and like, with like you get like Scooby-Doo chase of you that is like running from building to building, like through room, like, running down alleyways, like trying to chase these hounds. Or like,
The Benny Hill theme.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I don't think it's entirely appropriate. But
It's just ghost dogs. Come on. You bust.
Yeah, we get like a spooky variant of the Benny Hill theme.
Just gonna eat and kill us all.
so I have a question.
and
I have a
fire.
question about the rules.
Yes.
Because like the goal and the danger are kind of opposite in this case. And like the goal is to get away, but the danger is to not get away. So
the danger
if we
is
fail
that-
the goal, which is getting away, but the danger does not come true, does that mean that we're just still getting chased but not bitten yet?
the danger does not come true, so you don't get hurt by the hands. So I think what makes sense in the fiction is that you manage to lose them. That maybe something else happens that like draws them away, or maybe you just manage to seal yourself in somehow, or like seal something behind you that stops them from coming. But you manage to
Yeah,
to
or
get
maybe like
away safely.
a temporary solution where we manage to seal it, but they're gonna break through, something like that.
Yeah, well, we could like find a door that's ajar and run in there, close it behind us. But they know exactly where we are. And
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable solution.
there's no roof access.
I mean, we know that the danger doesn't come true, so that you're no longer under threat of like being hurt by the hounds, at least right now.
Okay.
I mean, but you can see that as two ways, right? The danger does not come true can also be we don't get bitten right now, but we're still being chased.
I mean, had you gotten a 4 on that, and like assigned that with that, because that then I think that falls more under that. But I think this is you.
Maybe, but
This is you getting away.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, because part of the result is the danger does not remain.
yeah, that's the thing that is like confusing about this, because as long as I got 1 6 in there, it didn't matter what my
Well, okay,
results,
so it could be
my
maybe we found like a sewer grate and jumped in there, so so even though we're not being chased by the hounds anymore, we're it's moving us to an environment that's less ideal.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe I feel like there should be some negative to rolling that one.
I mean,
you didn't get onto the roof.
I didn't care about the roof.
I mean, I could just come from some right corner. Let's go this way, and this way is also not that great.
Yeah,
Again.
like the sewers idea. I mean, I like the sewers idea.
Yeah.
As
I agree. That's a good thing. So Yeah, like the rest of you, we see. Like there's like an open sewer grate, or like a at least like a partially open one that you all like jump into. I think, imagine like still very much in the like opening montage sense. We just see like the three of you jump in, and then like I'm picturing Coil last for some reason. You see you like poking out, and we see the hounds behind you, and you just like slide it shut, and like then heading down the ladder into the sewers.
Yeah, I think there's another like slight hesitation as I look in because I imagine the fog is even thicker in the sewers. And as I leap down, I look around and I say, "This crap is gonna damage my gear, isn't it?" You didn't mention. Neither of you mentioned anything about this stuff.
Yeah, as Demon is climbing down the ladder, and you see her, old school like big ass dress, like getting all dirty from the sewer. She's like, Venom is so gonna pay for this. Venom is gonna pay. She's climbing down the ladder.
We need a new dress, and Venom is going to pay for it.
Yes, yes, Vixen, very good.
And that has to be bought quickly.
And new gear for Coil.
Indeed, a bit of a shopping list. So yeah, now you're down in the sewers, and like as far as maybe we hear like a bit of barking from up above for a while, but then eventually it fades.
Yeah, I will light a torch and give it to Vixen to carry it for me. And I will grab a dagger in the assassin hold and hold it, folded between the folds of my dress.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, so
Sure.
do you is this you like making your way towards where the
Kyle, what did you still have that map? What way are we going?
Well, not a sewer map, but as long as we can head southwest, we should be getting closer.
I mean, a smart lad like you would have brought, some kind of device, right, to tell us what direction we need to go.
Yeah. Well, I think that I think I do have a map. And yeah, I mean, a cool device would be interesting.
See, you're I feel like you're
They're
breaking up a
lagging.
bit.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I got not another breakup.
No.
I can hear you guys just fine. Oh,
Yeah, it's very like static, and the camera is freezing.
okay. Sorry about that.
Mach gleich wieder aus, warte.
Yeah, and the string just went offline.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
Looks
Joy. Okay. I'll
Yep.
Okay, I'll try to restart the stream and hopefully that will help, but God damn it. That's not gonna work, is it? Well, let's just proceed for now. I'll fight with it, unless you can't hear me at all.
we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
For now, works.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a map and maybe a navigation device of some sort that lets you know like roughly where you're heading.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I at least have a compass. Like, so
Yeah.
we can reconnoiter.
Yeah, but who knows how those work in the ghost field, if they work at all.
Well, yeah. Okay, so in terms of device,
Yeah,
it is a device in that it is a compass that works. Maybe.
Yeah, makes sense. There's some sort of navigational thing. Okay, I think we're back online. We're back live.
Maybe. I'd like to think so, but I'm looking at the connection. It doesn't look good. Like the OBS upload is like all yellow and red. Anyway, but let's just keep going, and I'll fret.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep going. So I think this is you infiltrating or stealing. Because
I think so, yeah.
yeah, I think the shroud either like purposefully or just by virtue of their weird demonic shit or their weird cultist stuff have I think part of their domain spills over into like the ghost field, and like some of their like astral defenses also work here.
I mean, like I said, Zinged put up some traps around it to keep unwanted folks from doing it. And I think it might have also been because he was curious to see what, his chemicals would do, and,
Yeah.
not so much because he cared about the contents.
And the one big of a problem with that is I heard this Zinc guy is very unpredictable, and his workings even more so. So you probably should not step into something.
I actually, from what I've heard of him, I do respect his work, but I wouldn't want to trip over it. That could be bad.
Okay, so it's your goal to get into the place? Like,
without getting Elzingdod, preferably. Or not Elzingdod, Zingdod.
yeah, getting Yeltsin there is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I mean, getting Elzingdod, I don't know.
We're not allowed to talk about that online.
He can be a little clingy,
Yeah, so
I mean, there's nothing wrong with him as such, but he's just intense,
That's what you would call him. I see.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to add an extra danger here. I think the traps themselves are a separate danger from just being noticed.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely something here that is going to watch you and see your entrance, but the traps themselves are also like a danger. So you get to roll 3 dice, Brad.
3 dice. Ooh.
Yeah, you assign one of them to the goal and the other 2 to the dangers.
Okay. Well, those are very mixed results.
Yeah. And one of them is good, one of them is bad, one of them is so-so.
Yeah. Okay.
So the question is, would we rather not get our treasure? Would we rather spring Zing's traps? Or would we rather deal with the unknown danger that is watching us? How exactly would we like to get fucked over?
Yeah. The choice is yours.
I'm
mean,
thinking
I'd be
maybe
interested
we
in seeing
don't
what
notice.
Zing's traps do.
I'm sorry?
I'd be interested in seeing what Zing's traps do.
Well, maybe we don't notice the
Sorry.
Watcher. We
Probably is
have
most realistic.
partial success on Zing's trap and get the goal.
Yeah, so probably like that sounds like we get past the traps to get the gold, but then we still have to get out. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I think what we get is, because let's see, the Watcher remains.
Yes.
So you managed to, let's see. So
We managed to partially get safely away from Zing's traps, and the opportunity remains. Or no, the danger, it's a danger, right? So the danger partially comes true and the danger remains. But we totally achieve our goal, or yeah.
Das ist aber wichtig, oder?
So we got the gold, but we partially got fucked by Zinged.
Das ist das einzige Creme Fraiche, was sie.
Okay, so you get the goal. You get past, like you get into the place.
Yeah.
Well, one of the dangers comes true, and one of the dangers only partially comes true.
And remains.
Yeah. So you get screwed. You get entirely screwed on the traps, and only partially screwed, but with the Watcher.
Other way around. We get partially screwed by the traps.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed. Did you already?
Okay, so we partially, like, we totally get the treasure.
Mhm.
We partially get screwed by Zing's traps, and we totally get screwed by whatever the mysterious thing is that was watching us.
Okay, so the traps.
How about we get more totally screwed by the traps? That sounds more fun.
I mean, that's what I said, but Brad got to choose, so.
Because
Yeah.
well, yeah,
We
I
still
want to
partially get screwed
interact
by the
with.
traps.
My thing is, I want to interact with Zing's trap, but I don't want to, like, fully get liquefied.
No, the liquefying is the least possible thing because he wants to do something
He already
new
did
every
that,
time.
yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
it'd have
So
to be
you're not
something
gonna
new.
liquefy. You might get petrified or burnt to a crisp, or but you won't get liquefied.
Or maybe you get incredibly high.
Or maybe you get incredibly high.
Or you get incredibly high, literally, that you are just
Floating.
floating.
Well, or yeah, I could see like maybe mutated and subject to a hallucinogenic effect at the same time.
Okay, so let's see. The danger of being noticed comes true. So like, I think what we see you is like you navigate through the sewers, and like eventually you hit it, like you're. I think we see like the compass starts spinning, and you go, yeah, this must be the place. So you climb up, and you're in a basement, I think. And the reason why there's like a sewer exit into the basement is because this is. I mean, I think the smell hits you even here. This is definitely some sort of like sludge pit that's attached to a laboratory of some sort. So there's like all kinds of waste here. It's just
I like Asinto better.
is accumulated over like, months and months of various experiments. That like, you see, like you slide the lid over, and there's just like, yeah, I think we get a shot of you going like, okay, I think this is we're safe, and then you pull the lid away, and there's just like a like blob of green sludge just falls on top of Coil.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I think that's probably like the danger of the trap, like or at least like part of it is the yeah, I know what this is. And I think this is also the Watcher. I think this is how you're being noticed. Is that like you feel like the blob on you, and this like it just feels disgusting, but it's also moving in ways that it definitely shouldn't. Like it's not flowing down you; it's like wriggling on your flesh, and like maybe you start feeling something that feels a lot like biting.
I jump at it and slash my dagger through
Yeah,
it.
little help here.
I think that's more like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is you committing to violence.
Yeah, I wanna slice through this thing, to create an opening for Coil to wriggle out.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think the way that this works in the game is that, let's see. I mean, you just want to destroy this thing. Yeah, so I think the only danger is going to be, I mean, it's going to be the danger of the trap. Like if you no wait, that doesn't make sense. It's going to keep the default danger of unwanted harm that you might hurt Coil in the as a part of like getting the sludge off of him.
Sorry, Coil.
Okay, so yeah, roll your 2d6.
Yes, I will. We're just getting a party of people here. So, well, that means I fully achieve something and partially achieve something else.
Yeah, I think this what the choice is here is that you can either get it off him and hurt him.
I mean,
in the process, or I mean, you either do both or neither in this case.
I mean, Kyle's a big boy. I'll give him a plaster later.
Okay.
So I will get this thing off him, but maybe hurt him a little, and he can take a scratch. He's a man.
I will disinfect his wound with
your alcohol.
With my rumored bottle.
Alcohol.
I hope it doesn't make you nervous.
Yeah. So what's your weapon? Was it
I had a dagger that I'd hidden between my the folds of my dress.
So he's like slashing and stabbing at the sludge.
Yeah, I just I cut it open, so that it falls off. It falls off Quail.
Okay. So.
Hello.
Sorry, that's it. Sorry, I still hadn't added playing that I couldn't mute. Okay, so yeah, you stab at him, and in the process, we see that you draw some blood from Coil. So yeah, Coil, you're suffering harm there.
Joy.
What happens when you suffer harm?
I mean, it's a goal and the danger like any other. So the goal is to, I think this is resisting you fighting your way through the pain, both of like the sludge and being slashed at. And the danger is being incapacitated.
Okay. And 2d6 again, right?
Yes. No other dangers around. Nice.
Amazing.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. And this
Yeah.
is going to be like
Just a
no
scratch,
long
but,
lasting effects. Yeah. Merely a flesh wound.
See, I knew I could handle it.
Well,
Yeah, I'll just pour some of my liquor over his wound.
the cut's
Just
fine.
perfect.
My overcoat, that's a loss.
Mm.
But I do appreciate the help. That was
I'll just do it if you don't back off. And I'm not asking. I'm just
oh, okay.
doing it. If you back off, then you might dodge it. But
No, I'll I'll let you. Well, it probably can't hurt, right?
if that
Can't hurt
still
Dixon.
makes me feel something, then everything that might infect you is that.
I wouldn't want it to get infected. Again, knowing Zinged, if you had something stronger, I'd almost want to cauterize it, but I think just the alcohol will probably do.
I could do that for you. I could heat up my dagger. I've got a torch here.
I think it'll be fine.
If you say so.
I appreciate the offer.
Wanna apply it from the inside as well?
No.
Your loss.
That's one way of looking at it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think as you're talking, and as you're like pouring the alcohol on, we see like more and more like little drops like pouring from the edge of the manhole, and like splashing up at your feet. And they like crawl down the length of the sewers up by themselves. You hear some like quiet muttering from them. The clacking of little feet.
From the slime?
I suppose we should
Or
get
just
out of here.
from the sewer?
From the slime.
I suppose we should get out of here. Or do you think we have time to see what our treasure is?
Well, if you have a torch,
Yes, of course.
you have a target. Just I don't know if you need to get the stuff that's stripped down already. Just if we could climb up without actually touching the slime, I think that would be excellent.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Vixen, darling, you're looking strong today. Could you show me how it's done?
If that, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
I'm
shall do it.
a little uncertain whether I should, hold the torch under them or just near them. So, it'd be nice if you could show me, how to do it the right way. And she very clumsily waves the torch at one of the green things.
Girl, I know you're playing me, but you're right. I'll do it. No problem.
She hands him the torch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this also falls under committing to violence. If you're like burning a path up through the slime.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
We're very committed to violence.
Before I do that, I'll light a cigar. And
With the torch?
yeah.
So
And
the
then,
whole front of it just catches fire. Let's do this.
if that shit explodes, I at least wanted to taste a little of this thing before, would be wasted. And, well, what happens now? Committing to violence, you said.
Yes, committing to violence. You roll 2d6.
Doing so. Well, that's overwhelmingly mediocre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the danger, we know that the danger remains, the danger of unwanted harm, and the goal is partially achieved. So I think what we see is, let's see, I'm gonna write down the danger here that remains. The danger that remains is slime fire. Because I think you do start like burning a path up, like just being a very literal trailblazer in this case.
Ah.
It's like you start making your way like up this like massive sludge pit that takes up most of the
Very good,
basement here.
darling.
And like, you see like on the far end there is definitely like I think there's probably just like a ladder, not even like a staircase. It's like a ladder that leads up to what would be the ground floor. But like there you see like just the roof is mostly as or the ceiling. Sorry, I just close the stream window. I think
Distracting.
I mean, it just turns on ads that I can't mute for some reason.
Right.
Yeah, whenever something happens.
Well,
Yeah, so I think the ceiling here is mostly just pipes, and occasionally something like pours down from it. But like we see the crew like you're part way up the slope of the sludge pit, and then we just see like there's just a little blob that jumps out from in front of you, like while it's on fire and like screaming. It jumps out, and rather than just like rolling up and just rolling down the length of the pit like the slime has done so far, it jumps off and lands off to your right in like the middle of the sludge field. And with that like way to sudden whoosh of like gasoline fire, we start to see like the whole pit just erupts in flame.
I put on sunglasses. It hot in here, or is it just you, babe?
Yeah.
How dare you flatter me, but we gotta get out of here because I don't want to be roasted.
Yeah. If it's too hot, my liquor will evaporate or burn or worse. I look worried for a moment there. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Can't get out. Can't leave empty-handed.
No, but we got to the treasure, right?
Oh, we did we already? Or
You've gotten into you're in the house where the treasure is.
And okay, so we need to get up and then find the treasure or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, then
Well-
get out in some way.
Okay, then let's get up. You keep burning, baby. I'm following suit.
That's what I do.
So I will
Keep burning for you.
I will climb up behind.
and I'll
Fix
pull
him.
out another device and kind of wave it in an arc. And I think like at some point parts of the arc it beeps faster and you know at other parts it's slower, and I kind of hone in. We're close.
Okay, cool. So I think from what you described, this sounds like demon acting under pressure.
Sure.
Unless you had something else in mind.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to like dash past.
Yeah, I think this is moving through a dangerous area.
I mean, I only get partially burnt, but I do not get up the ladder. Or I partially get up the ladder and I totally get burnt. I don't know. I think I get burnt. I want to get up that ladder. I don't like being stuck in one place.
Yeah, so I think let's see with the danger comes through. You're exposed to the slime fire fully. That's definitely gonna be you suffering harm. And I think the goal being partially achieved means that not all of you make it up there, like through this effort. I think you can with the 3 you can get one other person up there, but not the other.
But it makes sense if Coil is stuck down there since he was coming last.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, first off, you suffer harm. I think, let's see.
So how does harm work in this system?
You just do the harm move up there, so it just works like everything else. You
Okay.
just roll 2d6, and I think this because the move doesn't say that the danger stays, that the slime fire is now mechanically gone. Like this
Yeah,
is
it says the.
like the danger
okay,
comes through,
right.
so that the danger doesn't remain, but
I suppose so. Yeah.
yeah. So you're no longer in like immediate threat of the fire.
I am incapacitated.
Ooh.
Not good.
Yeah. So
So I make it up the ladder, but then I get incapacitated.
yeah, like you're also like pretty badly burned. This is like you like resisting
Mm-hmm.
the flame. So and because Coil made or because like or
Vixen.
yeah, Vixen made it up.
Yes, Vixen. You made it all up. Why did you do that?
Yeah, Vixen made it past the slime field. How do you feel about the Coil or demon being like, burned and knocked out in this like sludge pit?
Oh, for fucking sake!
I think the last thing you hear as like demon falls unconscious is, "No, she's definitely paying for the dress." And she just,
I'll go back and try to take her with me.
Yeah, I think you can definitely pick her up, no problem. But
Yeah.
she's knocked out. Like she might not be like, or yeah, like she might not be like, unconscious, but she's like I don't think she's going to like act for herself at least for a while. I think you're gonna have to like prop her up on one shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I a knight and shine in armor.
Range.
Yeah, so I think what we see
is that hot enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be fine.
You got a sit rep up there?
Yeah, I think Coil like maybe we just like see you like with that like unearthly calm that we mentioned earlier. As you're like heading like, looking with your equipment, and we just see like the burning sludge is like running down the pit like around you, and it just sort of like collapses in a pile down there of like whimpering sludge mass.
Well, isn't that cheery?
We've seen just taking in the whole like femme fatale trope. I think Coil's or Demon's dress is like burned in their like strategically revealing places.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow she still managed to make it burn in the most sexy possible way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she got burnt pretty bad herself, and almost fainted.
Yeah, she's a professional.
Yeah, it's the sexy kind of third-degree burns.
Yeah. God.
Without context, eh?
So Yeah, we see the three of you a bit beaten up, but otherwise fine. You're at the base of this ladder. What do you do?
Oh, actually, shall we take a short break here?
Sure.
Sure.
You need to do something.